It's the time to get down.
Wake up! I said turn that thing down and get ready for school! Alright, get up. Get ready for school. You're not staying home today. Get out of that bed, young man. I want to see your butt vertical and moving. It's time for morning coffee, people. Let's dance.
Yeah, be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here, the beat way too smooth. Yeah, let's just do what we came to do. Just vibe with it, vibe with it, vibe with it, vibe with it. Be cool, just move with the groove. Let's go. No funk in here, the beat way too smooth. Let's just do what we came to do. Just vibe with it. Unleash the verbal blessing, hold it thick with herbal lessons. So kick back, chill, relax, and learn a lesson. No 9mm, no heaters, I spit the Wesson. You'll find this rhyme stay pure without question. This time, let's vibe one time without weapons. And groove with the music in the smooth
Take your money maker.
Let's vibe one time without weapons. The beat to me like sap through a tree. It's in me, the rap happens to set me free. Instantly when the mic touch this MC. Without the mic, this MC feel empty. I'm telling y'all, it's the lyrical recipe, lyrical ecstasy. Hearing no less from me, I accept and expect no less than the best. And inject intellect without disrespect. Come on, be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here, the beat way too smooth. Let's just do what we came to do. Just vibe, yeah, vibe, yeah, vibe, yeah. Be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here, the beat way too smooth. Let's just do what we came to do. Just vibe with it, yeah, vibe with it. It's like an epidemic, pop star gimmick. Get it, then realize that you in it and you're finished. Whole dream diminished. See, I play the season, y'all have a scrimmage. I spit with reason, y'all hit the image. But I believe the dream has no limits. I believe that's the whole reason we live it. But they don't get it, they like it's not right, is it? No visit, hip hop here to stay, no shizit. We gonna get it, new improved music, move and groove with it. Choose who you get with. I smack rap back like it's too hard. My flow hard like Dick, get the skimpy clothes on individuals when anything goes. Don't play a pick 'em like eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Got soul, got so much funk up in the rap, I should pack a fat roll. Y'all should kick back, relax, and just roll with me, vibe with me, roll with me, vibe with me, roll with me. Come on and vibe with me. Hip hop ain't dead, just keep it alive with me. Be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here, the beat way too slow.
Let's just do what we came to do.
Just vibe. Let's just do what we came to do. Just
Come on! Be cool! Where's the chair? Don't get old. Lord. I know. Thank you. Welcome to Catch My Breath. Morning Coffee. Live AM reality talk, specially designed for those of you out there that overslept this morning. Get your butts vertical. It's time for morning coffee. Well, how's that for exercise, you guys? You know, Mondays are difficult anyway. We know Mondays are difficult. I know Mondays are difficult. A lot of people hate Mondays. I know for me, my work week was that I worked 12-hour shifts, and luckily, I didn't have to work Monday. But you know, I know you laid in the bed too long.
True that.
Some of y'all get distracted in the shower, not having happy time.
No comment on that one. No
At least
comment.
at my age, it doesn't take long. Well, anyway, welcome to Morning Coffee. You guys, it's been wonderful in some ways and really incredible in the other ways. I know for many of you, you've been watching too much news. No, and I know. And I can't, when I say that, I say it with the understanding I've been watching too much news. Because how could you not watch the news? How could you not watch news? So here today at Morning Coffee, I want you to know, Victor and I, we have the full show. We are going to get into those news, some of those news items. I'm going to in the good news, the bad news, and the other shit.
Right.
We're going to talk a lot about the bad news, but we're going to try to always end with a perspective.
Absolutely, man.
So that's here part of what we have today. We also have the full new sports.
Yes, sir.
Victor's dressed appropriately as
Canary
summer
yellow,
fashion.
man. Canary yellow. I'm trying to, somebody says they can't see me. I say, but you can feel me.
Oh, but yeah, so we're going to have that. Also, we have the hot picks today.
Yes. Turning a new corner with focus on the other things that's more important. Your inner self is more important than your outer self. Okay, somebody just said bullshit, right? Okay, all right.
Well, hey, sorry for the Facebook people. Everybody talk about window updates. Windows updates. Everybody hates Windows updates. And people have been, really crying the blues. And we, too, have been dealing with Windows updates, right, Vic? And that's why we just lost the Facebook people.
But it's going to, hey, look, isn't there some news on the horizon that either was the Adobe Java updates will be eventually coming to an end?
Flash.
That's right. The Flash is becoming to an end.
Flash, which Steve Jobs hated. He really did not like Flash.
No. And because he dialed in on where the mobile integration, where their focus was, and said, hey, look, this is why we don't. He didn't hate it because we needed it, is as much as he was already ahead of the curve, saying, look, with the new mobile integration and what people are doing with mobile cell phones, different platform, man.
Well, so what I'm doing here while I'm talking to you guys is I'm fixing the Facebook.
Hey,
I'm fixing the Facebook connection.
You have to because everything is real time, right?
Everything's so there it goes.
Everything is real time.
So they have to. That's one of the things we like about the new internet television is that we're allowed to mess up on air, and y'all don't mind. And some of it's not our fault. I mean, and you should feel refreshed and confident because we are using the same equipment that you use. No, you don't need any fancy computers for this. You just need the regular old home style. And I have the regular old connection, internet connection, like, special cable connections here at Pack Stereo. We're just using the regular proprietary stuff that you have. And it's not an endorsement, but just so that you're going to ask, we have one of the Spectrum plans. It's not an endorsement, even though I would say right now, for the providers in my area, they seem to be the most reliable.
It all depends on your position
That
of.
can change.
It all depends when they say what they bring down to you versus what you get going out. And most folks are consumers. So for us, we want the equal sustainability and high quality of delivery of content the way they're trying to hand it to you and bundle it, right?
Hey, you all, most of you know that I recently went to Chicago on one of the neo-urban road trips, which is where I'm working myself into this new mode. So you got to bear with me, okay? So I'm working myself into this new mode whereby I travel and report on my experiences and my opinions about the places that I go. Now, the first thing I had to do was just get used to the travel, okay? But there you go. I got used to the travel.
Right.
And I went to Las Vegas first, and then I just did Chicago. So, it was different. It was different. Take a look. The music's kind of corny. iMovie. Y'all can use iMovie. Hey, I went to a bunch of places in Chicago. Let me tell you guys something. Chicago is the bomb. It's I don't go to that many American cities where I kind of immediately go, ooh, I like you. Man, Vic, they really did have that effect. Maybe it was the time of weather because it was looking good. Look at this food. Man, that was the cornbread. I ate good, too.
Okay.
I ate more meat than normally. Because lately, my goal was 10%. I'm doing about 20% animal protein. Oh, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
But, one thing about Chicago, they have decriminalized marijuana possession. You're allowed to possess.
Right.
But they don't have it so that you can just walk in and buy. Oh, this is on the boat. Some of this video is crazy. We went on a boat, a tour, And it was wonderful because they have the most spectacular architecture, the most spectacular looking buildings. And unfortunately, I got to see the Trump Tower.
Now, one more Beaux-Arts building on our left, window floor.
There, that was it. Chicago. You know, and the people are cool and okay, personal in preference. So New Yorkers, of which I have wonderful New Yorker family and friends. But you know, New York is a city where being an asshole is an art form. Okay? Chicago people are very friendly. It kind of, it's different from the Southern hospitality, but closer to that than anything else. They are kind of down-home friendly people. Not a lot of fakeness. And then they had all this commerce and good stuff going on. This is where I went to get the deep dish pizza. That's the deep dish pizza. See, I didn't get a Chicago dog, and I regret that I did. But you know, you can't eat all this stuff in one day, and I had cut back on my food, certain types of food, but I wanted to report on deep dish pizza. I wanted to report on the Chicago dog.
Right.
So I went to one of the famous deep dish pizza places. Everybody has their favorite in Chicago. They're known for meat. You know, you think about the old meat packer stuff, but Vic, the deep dish pizza. You know. But then
Okay.
I did walk home from the restaurant after this.
How far?
About 6 blocks.
That's pretty good. Because we don't walk 6 blocks out here for anywhere we go
Man,
to. So what does that tell you?
Tells you I was tired.
Right.
I stayed right in downtown Chicago, and so a lot of stuff was walking distance.
Right.
Every time I kept looking up for stuff to go to was under a mile. So then I felt compelled to try to walk. It would be I pull out maps and go like 0.3 miles, 0.5 miles.
Right.
And I go, damn, 0.5 miles? Am I really going to get an Uber for that?
Oh, no, man. No, I think it's good, man. I think it forces you into a different lifestyle, and you get used to it, and you can bring it back to L.A.
Well, we'll see, man. 'Cause I wore my
Batter and Berries, Lincoln Park, Chicago.
Lincoln Park Batter and Berries.
Wonderful French toast, black owned too. So here I am at Batter and Berries. I'm gonna have the Cajun Salmon Benedict, and I'm gonna coffee, and I'm gonna also have. I gotta taste the French toast, so I gotta try at least a kitty portion of French toast. Marley here in the hood of Chicago.